Welcome back to Splendid Tales, where the impossible meets reality. In a crowded high school hallway, phones were out and whispers swirled like a storm. A group of so called popular kids circled the quiet black girl, their hands gripping her collar, sneers plastered across their faces. "What's the matter? Scared of a little fun?" one jeered, but her eyes didn't flinch. Calm, cool, unbothered. Her silence was louder than any insult. The hallway seemed to hold its breath. Even the boldest bully's smirk wavered. She didn't move. She didn't scream. She simply stared, piercing every false bravado with unspoken authority. Laughter echoed, but it felt hollow, desperate. Just as tension peaked, a teacher appeared in the doorway, alerted by a quick-thinking student. Panic flickered across the bullies' faces. Their phones had been recording everything. A video already circulating in the school chat was exposing their cruelty in full HD. Their carefully curated image of invincibility cracked, showing the world their fear, their weakness. Rumors would spread, their arrogance now had a target. The girl's calm smile was a warning. This wasn't over. Not even close. In the background, her friends exchanged amazed glances, quietly learning that courage could be silent, yet unshakable. And for everyone watching, a lesson hung in the air. Power isn't loud, it's patient, strategic, unstoppable. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. You won't want to miss what happens next. The next morning, the hallway buzzed louder than a storm. Whispers weren't whispers anymore. The video had gone viral within the school's private groups, spreading like wildfire. The bullies walked in with forced smiles, shoulders tense, trying to act casual, but every eye followed them like predators exposed in a trap. They had underestimated her, underestimated the quiet power behind that calm stare. She wasn't just a target anymore. She had become a force, an example of patience turning into dominance. Her classmates watched, a mix of awe and disbelief painting their faces. As the bell rang, a teacher called an unexpected assembly. The bullies froze, realizing the full scope of their recklessness. Parents of other students whispered furiously, some pointing fingers, others shaking heads. The girl entered the room confidently, like a storm in slow motion, her presence alone commanding attention. Murmurs of "she didn't even fight back" floated around. Meanwhile, the bullies tried to hide behind smug expressions, but it was brittle, fragile, and everyone saw through it. Then came the announcement. Consequences would be swift and public. Suspensions, apologies, workshops. Every step they had taken to feel powerful was stripped away in one merciless wave. Even the smoogest bully felt the heat. Their arrogance burned off like paper and fire. This wasn't just humiliation. It was a lesson carved in reality, delivered by someone they had dared to underestimate. If you're enjoying this story, make sure to like and subscribe. The next twist will leave you speechless. Weeks passed, and the school felt different. Whispers of respect replaced casual laughter in the hallways. The bullies, once untouchable, became cautionary tales. Every corridor echoed with the memory of their failure, their fake bravado now brittle and hollow. They tried to act normal, but every glance at the girl reminded them of their mistake, a silent accusation burning hotter than any insult. The quiet girl had become a symbol of resilience, strategy, and quiet wrath. Her calm demeanor hid a mind that calculated every move with precision. Then came the next unexpected twist. The school announced a talent showcase, the kind that drew the whole town. The bullies, desperate to reclaim pride, signed up, thinking they could reclaim attention with flashy performances and empty bravado. The girl, however, entered with a plan. Her act was subtle, clever, a series of performances highlighting unity, respect, and silent power. Her peers cheered, laughter turned into awe, and even teachers whispered admiration. The bullies tried to interrupt, but their attempts backfired spectacularly, the crowd now seeing through every act of arrogance. Each stumble, each failed joke, each awkward gesture painted them as foolish, exposed, and powerless. By the end, the crowd erupted, not at the bullies, but in admiration for the girl who turned cruelty into a showcase of patience and intelligence. Her quiet revenge wasn't loud, it was unforgettable. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. The final twist is coming, and it's going to blow your mind. The bullies, desperate and trembling, entered the auditorium, thinking they could salvage some shred of pride. But the atmosphere had shifted completely. Every eye followed the quiet girl, every whisper a reminder of her unwavering patience and unshakable courage. She walked on stage, calm as dawn, and with a subtle smile that hinted at the storm she had been building. The audience erupted in applause, not just for her, but for the courage and justice she symbolized. The bullies tried to interrupt, stammering and flailing, but their antics were met with laughter, mockery, and cold stares. The tables had turned completely. With a series of clever and ironic twists in her performance, she exposed every lie, every act of arrogance, and every attempt at cruelty they had committed. Her actions weren't aggressive, but precise and surgical. Each gesture, each word a lesson in humility and consequence. The crowd was mesmerized, the bullies humiliated beyond repair, their reputations crumbling in real time. Parents shook their heads in disbelief, teachers nodded in quiet approval, and students cheered the girl who had mastered patience, intelligence, and strategy. By the end, the bullies were left speechless, stripped of pretense, and forced to confront the truth. Cruelty never triumphs over courage. She had turned pain into power, silence into a weapon, and injustice into a spectacle of poetic justice. The hall echoed with admiration, and her legend began to spread far beyond the walls of the school. Thank you for watching Splendid Tales. If you love this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. More epic stories await.